Congratulations, Song. First of all, great performance, but everyone wants to know exactly what happened with the visa issue this week.
你解释吧。
Okay, I'll explain this. All the athletes are required to have a athlete visa, and then Song didn't enter with the right type of visa to the U.S. this time. And then we're trying to figure that out, but because the immigration stuff, they are off with a special time, and then it gives us some trouble. And until the day before the fight, we get this all down.
How confident were you that you were going to be able to fight tonight?
就是你自己对于今天晚上的比赛，你觉得你就是舒不舒你自己的舒适程度？
就前两回合还挺好，就最后一回合就很不好。对。
Yeah, so he feels good with the first two rounds, and the last round he kind of feel is not that well.
How was he bothered that Chito did not want to shake his hand? That he seemed offended after the fight?
而最后就是祛痘不跟你握手，然后挺生气的走了，有影响到
没有影响到我，我赢了，影响我啥？我拿到一个钱，不是他。
So he feels fine with that because he won the fight at the end, so he doesn't really care about that.
Finally, he still has not lost in the UFC. Has he thought about what he would like next in terms of moving forward with his career?
就是你现在在 UFC 是有一个不败的战绩，那就将来你是怎么样一个规划？比较太重。
对。
Yeah, he will mainly follow the lead of the coaches.
Thank you, Song. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, up next we have Matthew Scott. Your line is open.
Yadong, how?
Hi.
Congratulations on the win. Were you confident going to the judges that you'd done enough? I know he rocked you with a shot in the second and another one in the third. How were you feeling when it went to the judges?
他是说就是你觉得就是裁判在前两轮是有判你赢，但是最后那轮好像是他的意思，他说没有。你觉得你对这个怎么看？
对啊，他说挺对的。
He feels it's the right decision that the judges did.
Yeah, what do you feel worked for you tonight in the cage? What part of the game plan came off? What got you the win?
今天晚上的策略是什么？你怎么赢得的这场比赛？
我觉得，因为这次比赛准备时间比较短，所以对我来说，我觉得就发挥好自己，然后就是控制这个节奏。
So he had a really short preparation for this fight. All he was doing is just control the rhythm and then trust himself in the cage.
And happy to go back to the bantamweights or more comfortable in the weight that you carried in there tonight. How do you feel about that?
他说就是当你回到那个储量级的时候，你对这个重量这个量级你怎么感觉？你两个不同。
我觉得还没有太大区别，对我来说。
He thinks it doesn't really make a lot difference for him.
Okay, and then the work that you did with Uriah and Team Alpha Male in the short time, I mean, how much different is that experience when you only have a very limited time to get ready and get yourself, or try and get yourself ready to a fight condition?
说就是你自己这次备战就是跟 Team Alpha Male 一起在一个很短的时间里，有什么不同的地方？
就挑战更大，我觉得在这个特殊时期，对每个选手来说就压力都挺大的，而且在这么短时间内对战这么强悍的对手，对我来说也有一些压力。
So he felt it's a hard situation for all the fighters to prepare under this special situation, and so for him it's under a little pressure, and also he has to face a really good opponent.
Okay, and now Henry's walked away from the division. We don't have a champ if he continues that retirement. How does he look at the landscape ahead of him in terms of of who might be looming next, and who does he think will be fighting for the title?
他说，塞胡多刚刚宣布了退役，那你觉得这个楚亮吉现在的那个未来的一个风景会怎么样？就是你觉得谁会去打那个冠军战？
我觉得前五那个排名前5的都有可能。
So he's thinking fighters that ranked top 5, they all got chances.
Okay. And now with the situation back in China slowly clearing, has he been keeping close touch with his family, and how are things with them? Is everything safe and sound?
他说就是回到中国，就你的家人和你的朋友，他们都是在一个安全的状况。
对，没错。
Yeah.
It's
All right, that'll do. Thanks, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Andrew Whitelaw. Your line is open.
Song Yadong, how did this whole experience compare with the rest of the fights in your career? Obviously, it was a unique time, fighting at a different weight class, no crowd, short preparation.
这次比赛对你来说，其他你的比赛有什么不同？就是没有观众，很短的准备时间，不同的量级。
就我觉得没有观众的话，对我来说就是这次挺平静的。然后，因为这次我没有翻译在那边，我觉得对我来说我还能听懂我教练说的什么。
So he feels more calm without audience, and then he can hear more clear with his coaches. And this time he has no translator beside the cage, but he feels that he still understands his coaches.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. So it's now been, I think, 9 fights since 2016. You haven't lost. How important is that momentum for your confidence and for your mindset?
就是他说你就是对你比赛这个结果，就你当时这个自信度你是。
其实我教练都跟我说我比他强，所以对我自己来说，我觉得没有太自信，但我觉得我相信我自己。
So I feel confident about it because my coaches are always motivated me. They told me I am a stronger fighter. So I have that in my.
And this was quite a battle, so was your last fight. How big of a challenge was tonight compared with the biggest tests in your career so far?
他说上一次你也拿到一个很近的一个比赛，那这一次的比赛对你来说是怎么样一个考验的职业生涯里？
对，我觉得就这次其实对我来说挺难的，然后我觉得我自己进步也挺大的。我这场比赛我觉得我也会有很大的进步。他们都是很好的选手，对吧？对于我们中国选手来说，我觉得我已经尽我自己最大努力了。因为中国现在对于男子选手来说，其实进入这个 MMA 并没有美国选手那么早，所以我觉得我自己已经努力了。
So he feel it is a challenge for him for the fight, but he think for Chinese male fighters, he already did his best, and they in China they didn't do MMA that as much as the American fighters. So he feel that he did his best.
And finally, with things clearing up in China, the UFC is due to return there at some point. What would it mean to you to go back to China and perform as maybe the main event or the co-main event? What would it mean to you to go back there? Do you think that could be your next fight back to China?
他说这个疫情过后，UFC 就会再回到中国去办。那对你来说那个会有什么特殊意义？如果你会去打主赛或者是co-main 这样子，那你对你来说是不是你下一步的计划？
我没有想到说中国办比赛，我觉得那我最大希望就是这个疫情赶紧过去，所以我时间回到中国。
So he hasn't think that far, but all he wishes is this virus thing can get away fast, so everybody can get back to normal.
Susiani, thank you very much.
You
We'll go next to James Lynch with the score.
Hey, Song, congratulations on the win. Is there like a sense of relief, not only getting the win, but also just getting the fight because of, all the issues of, your visa and everything else?
他说就是这次比赛，就是不管是就是最后结果是怎么样，就是你能来打这场比赛，就是因为前面也还有那个签证的问题，就是能打这场比赛对你来说是什么？
我觉得我需要这场比赛，因为我在美国生活，没有工作，我需要生活下去，我必须要打这场比赛，所以我也希望就是我的积极可以带动所有人，就是 stay positive。
He said he felt that he must do this fight. He has to because he's training in the States and then he has no other job he could do. And then this is what he needs to do. And then he wants to motivate people to stay positive at this special time.
How did you feel fighting at 145 pounds?
145你是什么感觉？
我觉得没有太大区别，因为以前我在中国也总打145。
He didn't feel any difference because he has experience fighting 145 back in China sometimes.
Okay, and how soon would you like to fight again? I know this is a fresh win, but do you have an idea of when you want to get back in there?
你下一场比赛你有没有计划什么时候？知道，因为你刚刚才赢了。
没有，我就现在特别难受，我腿特别疼，我不想比赛。
He didn't plan for anything next because he's so bad right now. His legs hurt, and then he just want to get rest.
And just last one for me, is the plan to stay in the US or do you plan to go back home at a certain point?
你接下来是还要继续待在美国，还是说你要？
因为现在我已经买了回国的机票，但是一直在被取消。如果能回就回，回不去就来。
So he've already bought the air tickets to goes back to China, but it depends on if the ticket is gonna work or cancel, and then he could do it either way, stay or go home.